Hey everybody, Chris Moran here, Mutual Auto Group. Today we're checking out a 2019 Porsche Carrera 4S Coupe. Guards red, real classic. Let's take a look. Now this car only has 4,600 miles on it, so it shows like a 4,600 mile car. It is in sincerely excellent condition. That's less than 1,000 miles a year. So it has been driven. It's nice that it's not a super low mile, but I have driven the car. It is, it feels brand new. It even smells brand new in the car, but really nothing to call out as far as wear. Whoever had this car did a phenomenal job with it. Front park sensors, this does have a big option. It's got the optional front lift. That is kind of a rare option on the 4Ss. So the wheels here, these are optional 20-inch Carrera Classics. You do have a red caliper in there, cross-drilled rotors, excellent condition. You do have a 245/35 ZR20 up front. Guards red paint, very beautiful, something really neat. Just such a classic color for, it's kind of a legendary color for Porsche. Right here we've got P0s on the back. Again, excellent condition on the wheel. These are a little big. These are 305/30 ZR20s, so that's a lot of rubber. Around the back, got the silver badges, the sport exhaust. This is factory sport exhaust with silver tips. That's really the option. This is a wing that'll pop up at speed, or if you want to pop it up, I guess you can. Backup camera, rear park sensors. It's got a huge glass panel roof, but the passenger side, it looks great, same as the driver's side. Painted center caps too in the wheels. I don't want to forget that. The 911's equipped with a 3-liter flat 6 twin turbo. Wait, what the hell? Where'd it go? Can you tell I'm a dad? This is excellent. It really is perfect. You can see the stuff I look at, again, structural. There's nothing that's been touched, nothing that's been altered. It's what you expect when you drove out of the Porsche store brand new. I want to give you guys a good view of the engine. Check this thing out. This is legitimately all you actually see. You got your filler caps over here, and then 3-liter S, 420 horsepower, and it boogies. All right, inside it's about perfect. Really neat. I love the painted Guards red stuff on the inside. It's a premium pack, or premium plus I should say. This just loaded up. These are very luxurious cars too, so I'm gonna step in here. You can be a very large person and actually fit in the 911. It's a little shocking. I've had some very, very tall people get in, and here I'm 6 feet and I could look like a child in this thing. You got dual power heated seats, heated steering wheel, paddles right behind here, the PDK. Now the PDK is kind of the gold standard for dual clutch automatics. This is really the go-to. It is so smooth, it's so durable. This car just does so much for you, and it does it in a way that, the quality of these cars are unbelievable. Visibility, comfort, drivability. You can put hundreds of miles on this car in a day and you don't feel fatigued. Actually, this might even be a better car to put miles on than a lot of other cars. It's supportive. The seats are fantastic. You've got literally everything you need in creature comforts, even Apple CarPlay. Sport exhaust button right here. You got front lift. Yeah, you got active suspension management. Dual zone climate control, Bose sound system, backup camera. The list goes on. And then when you really want to fly, you've got the, I don't want to call it a Manatino, because I'm taking a little bit of Ferrari's thunder, but that is essentially the way you would switch this between the modes. It defaults to just the base, and then you go to Sport, Sport Plus, and then Individual, which you can configure on your own. So when the car's running, you can actually hit this button here in the center, and it says Sport Response on here. For 20 seconds, it is going to put the car on full boil. Doesn't matter where you are, if you're loafing along on the highway, hit this button and that's gonna pop up, and it just turns into a beast. Again, this comfort it's wonderful. If you had a passenger with you, they would not complain. You do have back seats, I've used them. You can see factory navigation, sport chrono package. That is this, the indicator up here. This can be a lap timer if you so like, but it does allow for a little bit of overboost. I think this puppy probably could use a quick ride though. let's go for a spin in the 2019 Carrera 4S. Now, this car really is so close to brand new. I can't stress that. I know the camera and capturing all this makes it look really nice, but this is like the scent from a Porsche showroom. Again, like there's cars that have distinct scents. There's Porsche does have a distinct scent. They're all made in the same factory in Stuttgart, Germany. So pretty cool. But let's take a ride here. I mean, awesome seating position. These are these are adjustable seats. They've got I think they're comfort sport seats. You can tuck in the side bolsters on your legs and your sides, and you also can extend the thigh support here. So you do have power tilt and telescope wheel. Got the temperature dialed in at 69. I'm going to turn the sport exhaust on. So this is kind of like the ordinary daily drive mode. The suspension is not the PASM active suspension management. That is not activated. That really does change the suspension feel significantly. It gets very, very stiff. It's great, but it does get stiff. The switch here, I usually will drive it on the control switch here to sport, which is basically one turn. Amplifies it a little bit. We're going to drive it just in the regular automatic mode for a little bit here. Let me close the roof. So the PDK is a manual double clutch. It really is a manual transmission with a double clutch mechanism that goes through the gears. That's why it's so lightning fast. The clutch is traditionally already engaging with the gear you're selecting so that you really don't have any skipping power. Porsche has the PDK. It's a German acronym, but it is the gold standard for the double clutch. These are engineers' cars. They're built to a standard that is hard to explain. If you've owned one, if you've driven one, if you've experienced one, you know what I mean. It's so smooth. You really don't feel the shift. You hear it because you're in a Porsche and you want to hear a little bit of that engine at any turn. But the little growl there, it's nice. And these seats are awesome. Steering it's light and it's very communicative. It's not, I'm not going to say it's low effort. You definitely are still feeling it, but it's what you'd want in a 911. You've got a whole entire front end that they had room to dedicate the right geometry. Without that engine being on top of those front wheels, they're kind of free to do whatever. The 911's been around since 1964. Well, technically 65. Since the 911's been around, it's always been this same architecture. Rear engine, genuinely rear engine, not mid-engine. Like rear meaning over and behind the rear axles. Always an engineer's car. It's better built. The balance, the focus. They've constantly been refining the same formula, but they haven't really done much to change that formula. The cars they build today are so refined, so solid. The most reliable new car you can buy in the market is the Porsche 911. Look it up. As far as a place to be sitting in, it's a very comfortable car. If you're sitting in stop and go traffic, I mean, this is as comfortable as any other car. It's rated at 420 horsepower. That is still a lot of horsepower. Everything's explosive, but I gotta tell you, this thing flies. And it puts the power down. The PDK is so responsive, and you feel in control. You don't feel like you're out of control. You can drive this car at 10/10 with confidence. The electronics are awesome. The stability aids don't really seem to intervene too much. They let you play. But when you're just sitting in traffic, you got all the comfort in the world. It's quiet, it's refined, and I mean, look at the materials. I love the fact that they painted the guards red dashboard in here. It looks so cool. I got my Apple CarPlay plugged in right now. Let's go for a quick spin on the highway. I'm just gonna go to sport. Throttle responses, pretty remarkable. Look at this shit. I'm telling you, this car is shockingly fast. Jesus. And then it holds the gear. Sport Plus is really aggressive, and it's supposed to be. That's really what you want in this car, but listen to that sound. That's all tuned in. that's the transmission basically saying, hey, let's go, let's do this, I'm ready. So it's almost a little too aggressive, to be honest. So the way I like driving it, if I want to have some fun, is I would take this car in Sport Plus, put it in manual mode, and then I can shift it. The shift in the Sport Plus mode is smoking fast. I mean, it's like you think about the shift, as soon as your fingers touch the paddle, it's already shifting. Then you kind of get to experience the pull of torque. Like, I'm in 5th gear right now at 75 miles an hour. Could I go to 3rd? Of course. But there's something fun in this car about leaning into it and just kind of feeling that torque band pull you ahead. I love the look of it. I think it is beautiful. Just to experience this car is to love it. So cool. So the active suspension management, when you put it in Sport Plus, that automatically pops on. So the suspension right now is very firm. It's definitely firm. If you're hearing any rattling, it's actually the camera rig. So I'm gonna turn that off. Still in Sport Plus mode. I also have to have the Sport exhaust open. Why did you pay for that option if you don't just leave it open all the time? I know it defaults to the close setting when you start it every time, but it's like literally the procedure is crank it, boom. Just the overall feel and quality of everything. Everything's solid, firm, and all the buttons are nice and tight. Like, it just, I know there's something, it sounds so kind of mundane, but it's kind of important, especially when you're at this caliber of car. I love 911s. It's my favorite car. So to get, I think this spec is just awesome. I don't know, whoever buys this car, they're getting a really sweet car. This car it looks different than a lot of the other cars. Guards Red is a legendary color. It's Porsche Red. It's what everybody saw. Remember the 80s and 90s 911s? Those were Guards Red. And then you got the accents on the interior. It's really, whoever spec'd this did a really great job. The Sport Classic wheels are a great compliment. They've got the red brake caliper right behind them too, so that's cool too. These days it's really hard to find cars in this condition. It does take a lot of work, and you really have to find those needles in the haystack. We're very proud of a car like this. This represents really the goal and ideal of how we do business. No compromise, top of the market, and one of the nicest cars, unique spec, all of that. This car did actually, we found this car in California, so it did come from California. And it is a one owner. Obviously with miles like that, you wouldn't expect to change hands too much. Excellent condition, can't say too much more. If we've missed anything or you have any questions on the car, please let me know. Obviously I know the car and I really enjoy it, so thanks for joining me today. I do appreciate it. I'll see you next time.